Hi, and welcome along to DR Transfers. Robbie here in the hot seat today to bring you all of the transfer news. One of you guys to get involved as well. Let us know what you think of the hottest rumours. Who out there so far, we were kind of discussing this earlier, who out there so far has done the best transfer business so far? Who? I'm really interested to find out. I know who I think. And you all say, yeah, we know, Robbie. You're going to say Arsenal. Actually, it's not. But they're up there. But who do you think's done the best transfer business so far? I would like to hear from you guys. One club that's been unusually quiet in that they haven't signed no one yet has been Chelsea. Now, normally, under Roman Abramovich, Chelsea have probably spent a couple $100 million already. But so far in the transfer window, they've been fairly quiet, although they have been starting to, get things together now and get signings done. And will they get some of these signings in time for the trip that they've got coming up to the USA? I'm going to be over in the USA next week. Arsenal going to be playing Chelsea. And could some of those signings be in? Could Sterling be in? I think Raheem Sterling might be in by then. And what about Robert Lewandowski? Now, this is another player that's been heavily linked today with a move to Chelsea. The Lewandowski saga looks to me like this could be one that could be one of the biggest transfers of the summer. Let's recap. Robert Lewandowski, all-time top goal scorer, brilliant for Bayern Munich, wants to leave Bayern Munich. He's made it clear to Bayern, this summer is the summer when I go, I want to leave. I want to go and join Barcelona. Barcelona want Lewandowski. However, do Barcelona have the money to pay for Lewandowski? Now, they reckon they do. Bayern Munich are saying to them, listen, this deal will cost around about £50 million. But Bayern, knowing the financial state that Barcelona have been in recently, are saying, listen, we want the majority of this money, if not all of it, up front, which is something at the moment that Barcelona just can't do. You know what I mean? Barcelona, have been struggling financially. They've got to sell a load of players. They've got to get a load of players off the wage bill. They've got this humongous wage bill and have been in a lot of financial trouble. So that is what's making this deal a real problem at the moment. Now, there was some talk that Robert Lewandowski might even go on strike to try and force the move, which would be very unsavoury when you consider he's been one of the top players at Bayern Munich over the years and much loved by the fans. And fans in Germany, they're really close to the players. However, I did note and see that he did turn up at training today. Robert Lewandowski was at training. So the rumours of him going on strike are false. He's at training, but he still wants that move. Now, if he doesn't get that move, he could be on his way to either PSG or Chelsea. Those two teams are very interested in him. Rumours, and I'm looking at them today, lots of rumours that Chelsea could pounce and try and get the deal over the line to bring Robert Lewandowski in. Of course, Chelsea are a striker down now that Romelu Lukaku has left and gone back to Inter Milan. And Robert Lewandowski would be perfect in any team. Even though, he's in his 30s now, he's still a top striker. But will Chelsea make a move for him? It's said that Thomas Tuchel is interested. They haven't made a move yet. I think what they're waiting to see is the situation with Barcelona. Will Barcelona come, put a concrete bid in? Because if they do, that probably means that Lewandowski is definitely going to go to them. But if they can't meet that, that asking fee, then Chelsea are primed to pounce. So let's see how that one works out. Actually, on the Barcelona thing, I note today Fabrizio Romano saying that Barcelona have finally submitted a bid for Raphinha, and Leeds are going to accept that bid. 58 million euros as a fixed fee and up to 68 million euros with add-ons. That's what he's saying. And he thinks there's going to be an agreement made and that Raphinha will become a Barcelona player, which Chelsea was, we know that Chelsea came and put down the money on the table I wanted to get Raphinha, but Raphinha, he wants to move to Barcelona. Everyone wants to go to Barcelona, even though they ain't got no money. But Raphinha wants to go to Barcelona, and it looks like he's going to get his wish. So will they get Raphinha and Lewendoski? And if they ain't got no money, where are they getting all this money from to be bringing in these top players? I don't know. Because certainly they would have pulled off two of the biggest signings of the transfer window so far. Now, going back to Chelsea, are they going to make a bid for Kalidou Koulibaly of Napoli? Now, Koulibaly, over the years, has been one of the best centre-backs in European football. Real top-quality player, but again, a player now going into his 30s. Napoli want around about 40 million euros for him. Well, that's about 34 million pounds. And Chelsea are said to be really interested. Now, obviously, Chelsea are on the lookout for centre-backs. They've lost Rudiger. They've lost Christensen. They need to replace those two players. And they said to be seriously looking at Koulibaly. Napoli reluctant to sell Koulibaly, but kind of have got that acceptance that he could go this season. He's only got a year left on his contract as well. Now, a lot of the rumours are saying that Chelsea are going to be in talks this coming Monday with his representatives and Napoli about a deal. It would be a great signing for Chelsea, even though, he, as I said, he's now in his, he's 30, I think 31, but still a quality player and would make a good signing for Chelsea. They're also still trying to get the deal over the line for Nathan Ake as well from Manchester City. Chelsea are going to ultimately spend a lot of money in this transfer window, but going to be interesting to see if they go and get that deal done for Kalidou Koulibaly. And what about the deal for Lisandro Martinez? Now, this has been a big fight between Manchester United and Arsenal. Both teams want to sign this player. Me doing my transfer daily over on AFTV, initially when Arsenal came in, they were the first team in for Lisandro Martinez. The talk was around about £30 million plus some add-ons. That would get it done. Manchester United's come in and it has turned into a bidding war. And now it looks that Manchester United is set to pay around about £45 million, which is a lot of money, for the signing of Lisandro Martinez. Now, he's a quality player. He's versatile. He's played most of the season. Last year is as a centre-back for Ajax and was one of their best players. Actually got player of the season for Ajax, but can also play in the left-back position or even as a defensive midfielder. Of course, the connection with Erik Ten Hag, the fact that he played for Ten Hag, has always given Manchester United the edge in this one once they entered into it. But it is starting to look like Lisandro Martinez is going to end up a Manchester United player. They're seemingly very confident, Manchester United, that they can get this deal done. And I asked this morning on AFTV, is he worth that sort of money? It's a lot of money, £45 million for Lisandro Martinez. But as I said, a very highly rated player. And spoke about this on yesterday's show, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I note that Manchester United, as I speak at the moment, they're playing a pre-season friendly over there in Thailand against Liverpool. And there is no Cristiano Ronaldo, as we know, in the squad. He stayed behind because of personal reasons. Erik Ten Hag yesterday saying in his press conference that Cristiano Ronaldo is not for sale and that he will be staying at Manchester United, but nothing yet from Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has not come out to confirm and say, listen, I'm definitely staying. So you look at it and you think to yourself, is that just Ten Hag trying to, put a bit of pressure on Ronaldo to stay, or will he actually go? Rumours are that United are going to be speaking to Ronaldo again to persuade him to withdraw his transfer request and to stay. But what do you guys think he's going to stay or go? I'd love to hear from you. On that, by the way, Manchester United winning that friendly at the moment by 1-0. Jadon Sancho, who scored. Does Cristiano Ronaldo going mean that somebody like a Jadon Sancho has more freedom to do his thing? Really, really interested in that one. Also, on the subject of Manchester United, there's a Manchester United really strong theme today. Also, Barcelona. And this player, Frenkie De Jong, heavily linked with a move to Manchester United. Seemed to be their priority #1 signing, but they haven't been able to get it over the line. Are they going to be able to get this one done? There's been rumours that the deal has collapsed. There's been rumours that the deal's still on. Listen, at the moment, he's still a Barcelona player. Manchester United and Barcelona are said to have an agreement in place already since June for 65 million euros plus 20 million euros in add-ons with a structure to be decided for the deal. But as of yet, no deal done. And Frenkie De Jong is said to be still thinking about it. He's said to be reluctant. He wants to stay at Barcelona. Doesn't want to leave Barcelona. Wants to stay. Would have to reduce his salary to stay at Manchester United. But at the moment, as it stands, he's staying at Barcelona. But I wouldn't completely say that this deal is dead. I wouldn't completely just say that this deal is dead. But at the moment, as it stands, he's still going to be staying at Barcelona. Does he need to move? Would it be better for him to move to Manchester United? Or would it be better for him to stay at Barcelona at this moment in time? One player who's definitely not going nowhere is Rodri. He's been absolutely brilliant since Manchester City have signed him. And he's just signed a brand new deal, which is going to take him right up until June 2027. One of their standout players last season. So Rodri is staying put. And another centre-back who could be on the move, Matthijs de Ligt, still rumoured to be going to Barcelona. Sorry, to Bayern Munich from Juventus. Juventus said to want around about £60 million for him. That's a lot of money for Matthijs de Ligt. Matthijs de Ligt, who, by the way, I don't think has lit it up since he's... You hear that one? Lit it up. Since he's joined Juventus. But Bayern Munich said to be very interested in signing him. So going to be interested to see how that one turns out. Let's get into some of your comments. Again, who's had the best transfer window? I said I was going to reveal who I think. Personally, at the moment, I think Manchester City so far have done the best business. Bringing in Haaland for £65 million, Alvarez. You know, they brought in Calvin Phillips. A really good window by them so far. And, all right, Sterling's going. That could be a miss because he's a top player. But, you know, Haaland is a great player to come in. I think Manchester City have had a great window. I also do feel that Arsenal, my team, have had a good window as well. I mean, Gabriel Jesus was a great signing. Jesus, of course, was wanted by many other clubs. And they got that done. They brought in Fabio Vieira as well. I think they've had a good window. Matt Turner. Tottenham. As an Arsenal fan, I hate to say it, but they've also had a great window as well, I think. Basuma, Perisic, Richarlison. So who do you think has had the best window so far? Todd Miller with a super chat, he says, do you feel that Forest signings will help them to stay up? Well, at the moment, they need a lot more than what I've seen them sign so far. It's always really tough. I mean, it must be really tough as a manager. You know what I mean? You want to show a lot of faith in the players that have brought you up. But as of I've seen so far, the signings they've made, nobody really, I'd say, that you look at and say, well, you know what, that could take Nottingham Forest to the next level. They do have a very good manager in Steve Cooper, but I think the jury's still going to be out to see if they can stay in the division with the signings they've made. But listen, there's a long way to go still in the transfer window. So still a long way to go in that. AF says Chelsea won't want any striker unless it's Lewendoski because Tuchel sees him as more mobile than the other options. Well, Lewendoski, listen, he's a top player. Even though, even with his age, he can still do it at the highest level. We've seen that in the Champions League. Before anyone turns around and say, oh, well, that's the Bundesliga. Year in, year out in the Champions League, he scores and bangs in goals for fun. Would be a great signing if Chelsea could pull it off. And even at his age, he's one of these players that keeps himself super fit, And I think it would be a fantastic signing. Rambo says, imagine Liverpool and City thinking that they're the best ever, but Chelsea lifting the Champions League during the same time. Well, Chelsea have to get some signings in if they're going to do that, mate. I'll tell you that. Kent says, Barcelona sold 10% of their TV rights over 25 years for 220 million euros. They're giving away money, future money stream for them to save the team right now. Hope they go bust, he said. That is true. They have done this deal where they've, foregone 10% of their TV rights to get in a load of income, but they're in serious financial difficulty. Even with that, they need to get a load of players off the wage bill. I note today that another player being linked away is Memphis Depay. He wants to stay, but they want to move him on. They're just in such a financial mess at the moment. Looking to bring in a lot of star players, but you can see why teams are saying, listen, we want all the money up front when it comes to dealing with them. Now, let's just get into this one. Football is Live says Lewendoski only wants Barcelona. Chelsea's got no chance because Barca have already agreed with Lewandowski's agent on a 3-year contract. Well, as I said, part of the sticking point is it's not just down to Lewandowski, it's down to Bayern Munich as well. And if Bayern Munich are saying, listen, we it's not enough money, sorry, we're not going to do this, then, the deal won't get done. So there's still a bit of hope for Chelsea, although, of course, the favourites are going to be Barcelona, and that is where he wants to go. Martin says, Maguire keeping the armband speaks volumes about Ten Hag, just another puppet. Well, again, you have to wait and see. By the way, Manchester United winning 2-0 in that friendly against Liverpool. I just saw Alex pop his head into the place. He ain't going to be too happy about that. 2-0, Manchester United winning that. Fred with the goal. Fred and Jadon Sancho. I was looking at Liverpool's team. It weren't the strongest team when I looked at it. Let me see if I can get that team again. I looked at Liverpool's team. I was like, well, it's not the very. Oh, the team's disappeared now. We're not a very strong Liverpool team that they seem to have put out. They seem to have a weaker team than what Man United put out. But listen, Man United will always want to be beating Liverpool. And, they're winning that by 2-0 at the moment. This is England says, Steve Cooper is a decent manager. I can see Forest doing good this season. He is a good manager. He's a very good manager. However, to survive in the Premier League, it comes down to personnel as well. And I think looking at what Nottingham Forest have done so far, they need to get some more people in. And I think they could do with a couple of established players into that team that are Premier League ready. Sammy D says Koulibaly would be a good move. Koulibaly for years, he's been linked with every team, but Napoli have always been like 100 million, 90 million. He's just never moved. This could be the year when he does finally move on. And I'm looking at Alex there. It's 3-0, I heard. No, I don't know. Somebody in the chat said it's 3-0, but I just looked. It's still 2-0. That's not a full strength team they've got there. It's a stronger team than your team, but still, pretty embarrassing, Alex, at the moment. He ain't happy. It's only a friendly. Don't worry. Moving on to the comments. 3-0. 3-0 I'm hearing. Martial. 3-0 is what someone's saying here. Let me see if I can get back into. I'm trying to update to refresh. No, I'm still seeing 2-0. It might be just bantering you. But a lot of people saying 3-0 Martial. Who do you guys think had the best window? I still want to see from you guys. Let me see if any more of you have got any there. Tottenham, says Michael Lofton. They've had a good window. There's no doubt about it. They've had a good window. I mean, as I said, Basuma, good signing. Perisic, Richarlison, Lenglet in defence. They've had a good window. And they will be really happy with the business that they've done so far. So, yeah, they've had a very good window so far. I'm still trying to see if it is actually 3-0, right? Because let me just see. It is 3-0. Oh my God! After 32 minutes, 3-0, Martial. This is embarrassing for Liverpool. You know what? I'm not up for these playing friendlies against your deadly rivals. I mean, obviously, both Liverpool and Man United would have got a king's ransom for playing this friendly, but getting turned over 3-0, even in a friendly. I remember we played Tottenham in a friendly last year and we lost. It's not good. You know what I mean? I'd rather avoid them sort of games for friendlies because they're not friendlies as far as the fans are concerned. It just can't be a friendly. So, but 3-0 at the moment to Manchester United, and wow, that is no wonder Alex just disappeared when he heard that. Touching on Arsenal been linked with a move with Lucas Paqueta of Lyon. Now, again, this will, I saw today that Lyon are saying that they'd be wanting up to about £60 million for him. That'd be way too much money for him. But Lucas Paqueta is being linked with Arsenal. I wouldn't be against that. I think that'd be a great signing. Also been linked with a move to Newcastle. It's going to be interesting to see what else Newcastle do in this transfer window as well. Newcastle, at the moment, I think they've just been rather conservative. We know that they've got the money to get a lot of deals done, but they seem at the moment not to be going crazy with the deals that they're doing. So being rather conservative at the moment with how they're doing their business, but still getting linked with a lot of players. Also, Fulham said to be looking at a couple of players from North London clubs. We know that they're interested in trying to sign Bernd Leno from Arsenal. Said to be not really willing to pay the £11 million that Arsenal want. They want to pay a little bit less, but I do think that deal is going to get done. They also have made an inquiry to Tottenham about Joe Rodon. Rodon, of course, who's the Welsh defender that's at Tottenham, has not really had a chance since he's signed for Tottenham, and he could move on. Of course, it's a World Cup year, and a player like Joe Rodon's going to want to be playing week in, week out, and not sitting on the bench when Wales are in the World Cup. So let's see what happens with him. Everton said to be interested in Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. Now, Conor Gallagher, of course, who had a fantastic season last year on loan at Crystal Palace. He was their standout player. Gone back to Chelsea, of course, now that the loan move was finished. Crystal Palace wanted to take him permanently, but Chelsea said he's not for sale. Well, we're reading today that Everton are interested in him, might make a late move for him in the transfer window if he becomes available. By the way, we did a poll. It says, Chelsea fans out there, pick one player you could sign out of Kalidou Koulibaly and Matthijs de Ligt. You can sign one of these players. 57% of you said Koulibaly, 43% said De Ligt. That's a little bit surprising considering the age, but Koulibaly is still quality. So, yep, most of you Chelsea fans there saying that you would rather go for Koulibaly. Another one that's quite interesting is what's going to be happening with Youri Tielemans. Now, there's a lot of talk that Leicester City are getting a little bit impatient with Youri Tielemans. He still hasn't signed a new deal with them. Arsenal are interested in him. Newcastle are interested in him. Manchester United interested in him as well. And Leicester, quite rightly, they want to get on with their transfer business for the season. So they're saying to Youri Tielemans, listen, what are you doing? Are you staying? Are you going? Well, let us know what's happening. He hasn't made a decision yet on what he's going to be doing. But it looks like they're keen, Leicester, for him to finally make his mind up and decide where he's going to go, so that they can get in some funds and start doing some of the transfer business of their own. So going to be interesting to see what happens with that situation. Arsenal still said to be the favourites to sign him, but as an Arsenal fan, I keep wondering to myself, why have they not yet come in and made a move? Very, very interesting. But as I said, yeah. Tielemans, where's he going to end up? Man United or Arsenal or Newcastle? Or would he stay? Yeah, I mean, it just seems to be drifting around at the moment. So, interesting to see. She says, Arsenal don't have the pulling power due to Pep's cone man, he's saying that. That's a bit disrespectful. Well, I'd say that Arsenal have had some decent pulling power this summer because, as I said, the way they pulled off that deal for Gabriel Jesus when there was a lot of clubs after him, clubs that had Champions League, and he was able to do that. I'd say that was a good bit of business by Mikel Arteta. So he did very, very well with that one. Anyway, listen, we're going to round it up right now. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget, every day we're going to be giving you an update on all of the big transfer news. Once again, for you Man United and Liverpool fans out there, as it stands, Manchester United beating Liverpool by 3-0 in that pre-season friendly over there in Bangkok. 3-0. The goal scorers, Martial, Fred, and also Jadon Sancho. Thank you very much for watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe here to DR Sports, and I'll see you tomorrow.